Notts County Talk, we are live. Well, I say we. Will, what are you doing here, mate?
I know, I've just been drafted in, haven't I?
Drafted in. You're never drafted in. You're part of the team. Part of the team. Everyone loves you on here. If you join us and you're expecting to see George, let us know if you're buzzing that Will's here instead, because I know you got a lot of love on the channel. But yeah, we're back, episode 90, 10 away from that big 100 episodes, 100 Thursdays that will have been live. So we've got something big planned for that. Stay tuned. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. And as always, we are powered by Better Bytes computers, currently streaming off one of their laptops. You will have seen right at the start of the video some fantastic reviews for them. And if you would like to go in and use the code Pavis Perspective, then you'll get a bit of a discount as well. Big shout out to our channel members as well. If you'd like to join as a channel member, you can do below. Pack show, Will. Evening. Let's see who we've got then. We've got Ian, Derek, James, Stephen, Rob, Paul, Phil. Got Athenian Pie with us again. Martin, Ian, Charlie. Plenty of you tuning in. Really do appreciate your time. So, Will, first of all, how buzzing are you for the season to be back?
I'm so like, this is the one I've anticipated the most. I am so excited. The nerves have increased a lot, especially watching. I've been watching all the podcasts, all that, not the top 20, all these TikTokers, all these YouTubers who are saying, now we're going to be in the top 3, whatever. So at first I was quite calm and collected. Now after seeing all this hype around us, the nerves are starting to kick in, and I feel like there is a little bit of pressure on us again now. I feel like we're a big club in the National League. Again, we're a big club in League 2, but I'm so excited, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to go to a game and just watch us. I just can't wait.
I can feel the passion. I can feel it. That's something we're definitely going to talk about, because over the past 2 or 3 days, as more people have been getting their predictions out, and if you want to see our predictions video, see where me and George put Notts, then have a check of that out. But there's a lot of people putting us top 3, and in the last couple of days, I have seen a few people put us top as well.
Yeah.
Which for a newly promoted side is mad. Do you think it's too much pressure? We'll get onto that discussion in a little bit. So yeah, absolutely loads to go through. Chris says, is there a channel member Christmas party? There is now. Of course there is. Chris. There'll be a channel members Christmas party. And we'd love to have you along. Poll is in there today. It's a very simple one this week. What do you see happening on Saturday? Do you see a Sutton win, a draw, or a Notts win? And in about 15 odd minutes, we'll have Mike from Sutton Podcasting to talk about the game, basically. Massive to be back in the Football League. I saw, Will, the other day, something like 1,550 days since we played that game against Swindon. Were you at that game?
No, I didn't go to that one. I can't remember what I was doing that day. I didn't go to it, no, but it feels like a long time coming. It feels a little bit too long. I feel like COVID robbed us. I think that could have been half of that. But yeah, it's a long anticipated wait.
It is. Well, you're getting love here, look. Always a joy to see Will. Great contributor.
Oh, thank you.
Unbelievable. Thank you. Do you know what, though? As I was just saying that to you, and you said how much you're looking forward to the most anticipated you've been in a long time. Do you not think how we would be feeling now if we were gearing up for another season in the National League? It would be so. I think it would be draining, especially the way it went last season. Like I've just seen Oldham have signed Norwood from Barnsley. Oldham are becoming a good side. Chesterfield have strengthened. It would have been another season. We'd have had a rebuild to do. We got out at the right time, I think.
Yeah.
Right time. Will, have you ever been described as this? An impact sub?
I don't know, not. I'm normally starting, so I wouldn't like to call myself an impact sub, but I don't make much impact when I come on.
To be fair, I don't know if anyone saw the Notts County fans against Juventus fans game. Will got drafted in again last 3 or 4 days. 6 minutes in, you got yourself a goal, hadn't you?
Yeah.
10 minutes in, you got yourself a second.
Yeah, then I had to come off.
And then you were blowing.
I was blowing big time. Brandon was delivering up top there as well. He
was. They had this decent fullback that kept swapping left and right. I don't know who that was. But so let's have a look back then. Final pre-season friendly, and I said to George, not a lot matters in terms of scoreline pre-season for me. It's all about the performance. And Stoke was a good thing for me. I think what's the point in breezing past teams like Nuneaton and Telford? You're going to have the problems and teething problems in games like Stoke. But Shrewsbury 1-1, finished 12th last season in League One. I don't know if you've seen anything from that game, seen any highlights. I thought we were pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen the highlights. I think we looked, like strong. We battled against them. I feel like it was a good match for them. We played a reasonably strong team, didn't we? I know Langstaff wasn't playing, but that just shows the strength. Left-sided midfielder. I don't know if I'm left-sided, no left foot. But yeah, we did really well. With McGoldrick up there, and Scott can easily fill in. So it just shows, even without Langstaff, we have got the firepower and the ability. So we can definitely compete with League One and League Two teams. It's just about consistency, isn't it? It's that consistency that's going to be what's really, really vital. And our defense is what's going to actually, I feel like it's going to be the main attribute for how well we do this season, in my opinion.
I agree. And there was an open training session for the younger fans, wasn't there? When was it? Monday, something like that. And Darnell Fisher spotted there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we need another defender? We've got Tipton in. Do you think we need another defender? Because you said that you're not sure about the defense.
I think I don't know though, because he's a fullback, isn't he? He's a wing back by trade, from what I've really seen and heard about him. So I'm not really sure if that's what we need. Obviously, if he's going to come in and strengthen, then I don't see the problem with bringing him in. But I feel it depends how fit Baldwin can stay throughout the season. If he's going to keep getting injured like he has, then we need a little bit more backup in the central defence. I don't know if Rollo's up for it, if he's up to the full-on standard of a top 3 team in League Two. I think he's a very steady centre-half. But I don't know. I don't know if we need another wing-back. Apparently, he's a good player from everything I've read and heard, so I'd happily have him in. But I don't know if we need another wing-back.
Yeah. There was an experiment in the first game this season where Toby played in that Rollo position, and I don't think it went very well. So Fisher's like 5'8", 5'9". Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in that position if he came in. Ian says I'd take Darnell to bolster right centre back.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think so, because people are saying it's great we've got Tipton in. I don't know anything about him. I won't pretend to know anything about him. He's pretty young. You're not going to rely on him for 35, 40 games of a season. We got done with pace.
Yeah,
against Stoke, 100%. I mean, Tyrese Campbell's a great player, but he absolutely ran us ragged. Even Brinley, who's not the slowest, ran us absolutely ragged. So, and Chris says Toby was brilliant against Forest. Yeah, he was, but that was a weird 4-5 hybrid formation, which
too much for me. I couldn't work that one out.
I couldn't work that one out. I don't think he wasn't a wing back, and he wasn't a centre back.
It depends on this Tipton. It depends on this Tipton. We need to just see, like I said, everyone said these first 10 games, when we first bedding in, we just need to see what Tipton's quality is like. What we've got to remember, that there actually is the window just shut now, not like when we was in the National League. So if we do want cover, we've got to get it in earlier rather than later, if you know what I mean.
Did you like that option in the National League? I think
it was handy.
It was for teams like us, wasn't it? It was decent for teams like us and Wrexham, but yeah, I think it's good to have the squad, window shut. I think it would be good. It might also, if we are looking at Darnell Fisher, mean that Aaron Deman is going a bit further forward. So there we go. Chris says, if Will can't work it out, then the League Two opposition have no chance of getting it. They know you know your football, Will. Come on, you're getting more praise than me and George have had in like 6 months. People love you. They think you're in the side.
That's it.
Tipton's range of passing against Telford was superb. That's probably why we bought him in.
Yeah.
And I know this, we knew this anyway, but I did see on someone commented on Nathan Claxon's TikTok post or something saying he's still at Notts, and he said, no, I haven't been there for a while. Like, we knew that was dead and buried anyway, but not happening. No, we saw him for half an hour, didn't we? And Luke Williams will have seen enough in training.
Yeah.
So, a decent result against Shrewsbury. There were a bit of rumbling on Twitter about Stone, and is he good enough? I don't see how anyone can make a judgment on that.
I saw someone post a video of their goal and then put a stain with an angry face. And I thought it's a well-struck shot into, like, not the bright bottom corner, but I mean, it's a really good effort, like, low down. I don't see how that's his fault at all. I'm fully behind Stone. I think from seeing Slocum the last couple of years, where there's been a lot of moaning about Slocum and people, saying not assured by him. Now people are like saying, "Oh no, Slocum's my number one," whatever. Give Stone a chance. Like, I think a lot of people are basing it off of what the Port Vale fans have said, which is fine. A lot of them are saying, "Oh, he's not all that. He doesn't claim a lot of cross, whatever." But it's at the end of the day, they got promoted last season. He's clearly a strong keeper for League Two. I'd just give him a chance. I don't know why people are getting on his back so soon.
Yeah, there's a comment here. I reckon Stone is like Slocum, but with the feet. You know what?
Yeah.
Sam Slocum had never played a system like this. I get he played under Ian Birchnell for a year and a bit, but it's way different to a Luke Williams system. And I'm with you. I'll tell you after 10 games what I think. And gut instinct. I know this is going to give away our team selection a little bit, but my instinct is that Stone starts on
same
on Saturday,
100%. And you see, I've seen a lot of people as well saying Archie Mayer should have brought Archie Mayer in. Yeah, fair. Archie Mayer was good in the penalty shootout, but he wasn't all that great in the game when he started that game. I know he's a great penalty and shot stopper, but he's not the one with the feet we want. He's not the goalkeeper that we needed. Yeah, it was all nice. It was really, we all love him. He's a legend of the club, but we need someone who can be a ball player with their feet, and I feel like we've got to give Stone a chance.
Better to go out on that. Like, you can't go out on no one in the club's history will ever go out on a bigger high than Archie Mayer. Ever. It's impossible. You cannot. He came on for penalties, saved 2, one with his foot, and got the team promoted.
Yeah.
He's thinking, I'm not coming back. I'm just going to do that.
He's got himself a great move for Gateshead.
Same Gateshead next year for the playoffs. Trust me.
Yeah.
Talking United reacts with us again. Thank you, Will. If you're not aware, Talking United reacts joins quite often, so I appreciate that. I'm interested to know where you think Torquay will finish this season. Not you, Will, but Torquay United reacts. Where do you think Torquay are going to finish? Because it should be an interesting season. But yeah, so yeah, Stone play well against Shrewsbury. We got that 1-1. McGoldrick scores again. He's going to be a problem in League Two. He really, really is. Whether he'll hit the ground running straight away from pre-season, it looks like it may happen. But our pre-season, beaten Nuneaton, hammered by Stoke 5-1, lost to Forest. We were well worth it in that game. Then we beat Telford, beat Boston, beat Alfreton, and then drew Shrewsbury. Yeah. A mixed bag there of results, but a good mixed bag, I think. Like I said, I don't want to be beating teams comfortably. It doesn't work for me. And that takes us into the Sutton game. Before we get Mike on, in a couple of minutes, what do you think then? We briefly spoke about it at the start. Is there too much pressure on Notts now? Are we still under the radar of other sides? For example, Wrexham. I thought there'll be more hype around them this season, but I think the fact they haven't really made signings. Do you like us being placed in those top 3 positions? Do you think if so many people are doing it, it's bound to... Well, we've got a good chance of being there for so many people. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know how to take it, because there's a lot of people looking at how we played last year and the style we played and how we did what we did in the National League, and obviously drawing it all from that. Like Luke Williams said in his presser, we don't know exactly what the standard is going to be like and what level we're at until we start playing teams in it. And that's where my worry comes in as well. It's like, yeah, we have all this hype in the National League. We play really good football, but when we come across teams like Chesterfield, we didn't, blow them out of the water, did we? And things like that. Most teams in this league will be at Chesterfield's level, where we're not going to be blowing teams away. We're not going to get it all every way we want. So yeah, the hype. I like the hype because it shows that they've got a lot of confidence and we've got undoubtedly good players. How much of the hype is based on McGoldrick, I'm not too sure. I think probably quite a bit of it. McGoldrick and Langstaff, if them two weren't in, I know it's silly saying the night of the teams, it's hypothetical, but a lot of it's based off of that. With a lot of people maybe not knowing too much about our defence. I'm not ridiculing our defence at all. It's a strong defence. Kyle Cameron's fantastic. The wing back's fantastic. But I feel like our defence could be improved. So I like the hype. I feel like people have seen through Wrexham a little bit. I think their pre-season has been awful, so I think people have seen through that. Stockport are obviously getting a lot of hype, and I want them. They'll take a lot of the shadow. And I think Mansfield are going a little bit under the radar as well. Yeah. Signing players like Aidan Flynn is absolutely. He had 100% taken him at Notts. So they'll always have a good go. And then Salford as well. So I wouldn't take just because everyone's predicting us top 3. It's definitely not nailed on. And I think we need to. I'm sort of setting my eyes up at playoffs. I reckon.
Go very quickly. Mansfield's issue last year was conceding. That's it. And they've rectified that. I think last year it took something like 19 games unbeaten before anyone even had a sniff of us, which is unbelievable. 19 games unbeaten. We ended up, 22, 23? Someone will say it in the chat. before anyone cared. Then it got close to the season, that big game down at the racecourse when everyone seemed to be watching it. I think the video BT put on Twitter had almost as many views as like the Europa League video for their final, something like that. Mad. And now people are like, oh, these two teams got over 100 points, nearly 110 points. They're obviously going to do well. I don't know. I think as much as I think the squad's good, and Mike might be able to tell us in a sec about this league, because I know we were in it 4 years ago, but it's 4 years in football is crazy. I don't know if you've noticed, but the players dropping down to National League 2 is ridiculous. I think we could be in for a shock. I think George was very confident last week, and so was I. But I think we could just turn up against, I don't know, plucking random team off the top of my head, Tranmere or Wimbledon, and we could suddenly be thinking like, yeah, this is not what we expected.
Well, yeah, Sutton won't be easy.
Definitely not. Good manager, and I do think there are some people thinking that playing against Sutton will be like when we played the opening day against Maidenhead last year and they didn't touch the ball. No way. Definitely not going to be like that. Ian in the chat said, I think League 2 is very strong this season.
I'd agree.
Off the top of my head, teams that will be a very good match for us, top of my head. Stockport, Gillingham, Doncaster, Mansfield, Bradford, MK Dons. Like, if I said last season who are going to be the real strong teams, it was Wrexham, Chesterfield, Notts, done.
Yeah.
And it finished that way. I know you, a bit smug before this, you predicted the top 3 last year on the predictions video.
I did, yeah.
But let's be honest, if we did that video with 100 different fans, they'll all have put Wrexham, Chesterfield and Notts in some kind of order. Like, it was so easy to predict. I've not even mentioned Salford. I've not mentioned, some of the other teams that are going to be in the mix there. But yeah, it's going to be a big season. And we'll chat about that a little bit more. We've got the Lincoln games to chat about as well. But let's get our guest in for the show. Mike, how you doing?
Very well, thanks. Thanks for having me on, chaps.
Yeah, cheers. Appreciate you coming on. When I think of Sutton, I think to the 2021 season where you got promoted.
Yeah.
I think back to a season where I think from Notts' perspective and from my perspective, I think we missed a trick. I think we weren't as strong as we thought we could, and I think from a lot of our perspective, I've said it on the pod before. If Sutton went up, we should have been right up there as well, and I think we didn't finish that highly. That 2021 season, did you think you were going to get promoted at the start of that season?
No, that was it. First of all, it was ridiculous because obviously we're Sutton United and we've been non-league for forever, and we're suddenly forced because of the whole COVID thing to watch our team on little screens, which was just odd for a start because we were always at the match and the whole experience was just really weird. And they just, I don't know if you can swear on this show, but they just kept winning. And it's like, hang on, you're having the greatest season ever and we're not allowed in to watch it. We hate you. But yeah, we luckily got in for the Hartlepool game, which was a very, very weird experience. It was live on BT and it was just deathly quiet because it was the first game anyone was back in. And I think it was only at 2-0 that we suddenly went, oh, we could really win this. We could actually do something here. And yeah, got promoted and it's just been insane. I mean, the step up for us, we managed to keep most of the same squad, which helped us enormously because, lots of teams know what we're going to do or what we were going to do, but then they just couldn't manage to stop us doing it. So don't know why. It's fairly simple to work out what we're going to do. But yeah, we had a great first season. We just missed out in the playoffs by 1 point, and I've been told many, many times that 1 point, no team has ever finished within the 76 points and not got into playoffs since the playoffs started, or 15, 16 years. So, we got into playoffs. We never do well in playoffs, so it wouldn't have made any difference, but it would just be nice to get there. But yeah, it was just a very strange season. And the first season of the Football League, everyone's going, oh, is it beyond your wildest dreams? And it's like, honestly, no, because none of us ever dreamed it. We're just going to be a non-league side forever. So we brought non-league to the Football League for a little while. I do feel sorry for you guys because obviously 1,500 days out of the Football League, you left on Swindon and you came back to Sutton. We had 123 years and we had Forest Green in our first game, so we do feel for you a little bit.
I've got this written down to ask you. Did you have before the fixtures came out, did you have a game you wanted first game this season? I know quite a lot of Notts fans wanted a home fixture to welcome us back, but is there any, I know you play every team twice, but was there a particular side you wanted, or what did you think when it was Notts at home?
Nothing. Honestly, I'm not. That's not disrespecting anyone. It's just you've got to play everyone twice. And I mean, I was more disappointed that our Boxing Day game was against Wimbledon because have a very big family day here on Boxing Day, and if it's at home, I can kind of just about eke out the 2 hours. But Wimbledon is another hour to travel, and then now this way, it's like, I can't do that for 4 hours. So I was more looking forward to those type of games. But we play every team twice. It's always nice to start at home. I actually probably think it's nicer to finish at home, and we're away to MK Dons. Yeah. I would have rather finish at home than start at home, but not really that fussed personally. I don't know if other people felt different.
Well, am I right that we start away and end away? Forest Green away? I'm sure it's Forest Green away in the final game.
Yeah.
That's because they hate you, obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
Finish away. Well, what are your thoughts on Sutton first game this season? I know you're umming and ahhing whether to go now, aren't you?
I know. Well, I've got a game, so I could get there. It's my nana's birthday as well, so that's my.
We've already discussed. She told me she wants you to go.
My nana's birthday.
She was on the call just beforehand, and just before you joined.
She actually, she was literally just before. Nana, she came in and the name what said Will's Nana.
If my nana lets me go, it's not like it's one of them, isn't it? Like I was gonna say. You know, you wait all this time to get in the EFL, and then, like I say, you're away at Sutton. It's like pinch yourself. We're back in the EFL, but I think it's nice. It's good. It'll be like similar to what we've been going. No, I'm joking. It'd be nice. It's a nice place to go away. Not too far away. Good first fixture. What do you reckon the crowd will be, Mike? Around how many do you like normally get?
Yeah, it's good. Sort of. I think you guys done 1,500-ish. I think I've been told. So I think we're going to be sort of 4.5, 5. I mean, it has changed. Obviously, it had to change. We had a lot of space at the far end, and that's where we kind of designated the away section, and that's the one that's been done up very, very quickly. So it's actually a really nice space and a nice sort of bar area behind the stand. So it's a lot nicer, and you'll be pleased to know that those toilets have been condemned. They're not there anymore. Well, the building's still standing, but you can't get to those horrid toilets. We've got nice new stuff for you all, so it's all
it's a good first game, and I think Grimsby at home is a really good second one as well. So
yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty excited. I've not been to Sutton before. I've not been to the ground. Well, the year work sort of allowed me to be going to weekend fixtures consistently was COVID season, so I never got to experience Sutton. I'll experience it in a couple of days' time. There's a question for you, Mike. I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer it, but Ian's asked, what's the best pub for Notts fans on Saturday? Is it the Gander Inn?
I think most coaches do stop at the Gander Inn. I mean, it depends on how you guys are going. If you're on the coach, then the Gander Inn, I think, is where you'll be dropped off. If you're coming to the station, I have a feeling there might be train strikes for West Sutton, but you can get to Sutton, and then if you get to Sutton, you literally go down the high street. There's loads of different pubs, but probably the Gander Inn, or I think the gates will be open 90 minutes before. I think maybe an hour before, and then obviously you got beers at the ground and spend your money with us.
Yeah, there you go. We may do. Right, before we let you go, then let's talk a few players. So, in recent times, a couple of players that we've had at Notts that you've had, and I like your thoughts on them. And I believe I'm 90% sure one of them is still with you. So obviously Enzio, very hot and cold with Notts fans. What are your thoughts on him? He's obviously gone now.
Yeah, he was one of the ones who left that we would have kept. There was very few games he came on and you were like, right, he's gonna absolutely make the difference here. A couple of times he did. I think Rochdale, he scored a couple goals, including a great free kick against them. But what Enzio did for us was brilliant. He played left wing, right wing, left back, right whack. He done a stint up front, centre mid. It was like you just want him on your bench because if something happens, he'll just go on and do a job. Obviously, I know players don't want to do that all the time, but no one has ever met and spoken to Enzio and said, oh, he's horrible. Just lovely bloke. And him and his missus just had a baby, so congratulations to them. But yeah, absolutely love Enzio to bits. Yes, I can kind of see why he left us because there was other players ahead of him in the team, so players don't want to sit on the bench all the time. But yeah, love him.
Will, fan of him at Notts?
Yeah, I loved Enzio. Yeah.
All I remember was Rockets. 20, 25, 30 yards. He scored a screamer against Chesterfield. as well.
But inconsistent though. It wasn't.
Yeah. I think that's his position as well, though. His position impacts that a little bit. But when he was on it, he was really, really on it. There were a few caution fans that he was lazy. I wouldn't ever say lazy is Enzio. I would say just inconsistent. But you get that at National League level when he was playing National League for us. A new player, Rob Milsom, still with you, isn't he?
Still, granddad Rob. It's great as well. 36, 37 now or something. Up and down. Great dead ball. He was last season taking the corners, and obviously corners from the left-hand side. He's got trot all the way from left-back position all the way over. But he's done stints in centre mid as well for us, because we had last year quite a small squad, and we had to shuffle around people different spots. And Rob's another one, just get on, does it. I think he should get a little bit more competition this year, because the left back we signed, Sam Hart, just had a really strange head injury last year. So he wasn't giving too much competition, but this year I think he probably will give a bit more competition. But yeah, Rob's another one. I'll be honest, most Sutton players, you're like, yeah, love him, great, marvellous player.
I think he was with us in our relegation season, but no one was good in that relegation season, so there we go. That says it all. Final player then. Obviously, you've given someone to us this season. He was our first signing, Will Randall. What are we going to expect from him? Because pre-season, you don't see the best of players.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Will's got everything. I am, and always was, constantly surprised how League Two defenders couldn't work him out, because he goes down the wing and he cuts on his right and has a shot. And it's like, you know what he's going to do. Why can't you stop him doing it? What's wrong with you? So it'll be interesting for him coming up against our right back to see if he does the same thing again. But yeah, he's got all the skill. He, again, can be quite frustrating. He'll beat one man, two man, and you're like, right, that's it, go on, Will. And then he'll try and take on a third, and you're like, shoot or pass. Don't keep trying to take on everyone else. There was a phrase that he's made of biscuits, because when he got injured, it was often 2-3 weeks that he was out. I think at the start of last season, it might have been because he wanted moving on at the end of the contract, but at the start of last season, I think he was out for 6 weeks with a dead leg or something. So every time he went down, we're like, okay, that's him gone for a couple of weeks now. But yeah, on his day, great player, and you'll love him. But like you're saying about Enzio, the consistency, maybe his day didn't come often enough. But yeah, great guy, love the guy. But yeah, there's a few questions.
Ian in our chat says he doesn't think Randall starts Saturday. I probably don't. I think if we see him, it'll be left wing back, probably. But yeah, I agree.
He probably won't want to play too much on Saturday, especially as we're all giants and physical bullies. He probably won't fancy it.
Be interesting to see how we deal with you. Final question then, Mike. What is your score prediction for Saturday?
Right, so we've always struggled to score. I don't think we've actually ever beaten you. But when I spoke to Tom Williams, he kind of gave us the blueprint. He said, we like to have ball. We're not so great against teams who are comfortable off the ball and can break quickly and hit us on the break with speed. And I'm like, oh, that's literally our blueprint. So that's what we've built to do. So I've gone with the fact we've never beaten you, and it's going to be a lovely, lovely welcome back to the EFL, and we're going to win 2-1.
I think that would put a damper on things for us, definitely. So, Mike, really appreciate you being on. It's been great to have you on, and good luck, obviously, from Saturday evening onwards. Not the best of luck for Saturday, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be a good game.
Same to you guys, and I'm enjoying just getting football back. It's been a long summer.
Yeah, can't wait. Cheers, Mike. Thanks again.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
Cheers. Bye. Right, well, there is another game. And it's Tuesday night. Lincoln in the Cup. You literally forgot, haven't you?
No, I knew it was there.
I've not really given that game any thought because I'm so focused on Sutton. I'm also. Are you? That's not the right word to say, but are you interested in the EFL Cup this year? Is it still the Carabao? I don't even know.
It is the Carabao, isn't it? I saw the draw of that 2-3 years ago. I was in London. They did it in Morrison's in Colindale. They did it in Morrison's.
They did the Carabao Cup draw in Morrison's.
Yeah, and they were just handing out free Carabao. Horrible stuff as well. And it was in Morrison's.
Were people shopping?
Yeah, people shopping. It was Ray Parler and Ray Parler did it.
That's the worst ever cup draw.
I'm bothered. That sounded like thingy. I'm bothered. I'm bothered until it gets the big boys start coming in. I know the big boys are in it from quite early, like Championship, and then I think the Prem come in, but not the top 6 or something.
Yeah.
Lincoln's a good first game. If we beat Lincoln, then that's excitement, isn't it? It's probably not going to be a full strength squad from either team. I'm not too sure. But it's one of them, the excitement grows as you get further in the competition. I think obviously the FA Cup's always a bit more magical and seems bigger. So that's where probably I put more emphasis on. But it's one of them, it's weird because we want to concentrate on the league at the minute. If the Carabao Cup started at Christmas and we were mid-table, then you put a lot of emphasis on it. You'd be like, right, let's try and get quite far. But at the minute, it's not something I'm honestly going to say that's wholeheartedly taking my focus. It's an opportunity to play Forest or Leicester or someone like that, though, isn't it? So it's always nice to get through it.
Yeah, you know what we've been starved of in the last 4 years is like a bit more than 4 years, like a big cup draw. Like I think in my memory, when we were in the National League, we had Northampton away, I think, in our first season, and we had Rochdale, which we got a replay against and came to Meadow Lane. Like I just want and think of this that we've played some very small teams, haven't we, over the last 4 years? Like you think of the likes of Chesterfield, like very, very small village teams. I'd love, you know what, to get someone like, I don't know, a Sunderland to come down to Meadow Lane or Portsmouth. I know the last time Portsmouth came to Meadow Lane and they're on the pitch celebrating, but I just think like a big side, a big championship side as well. Yeah, just get Pack Meadow Lane out with it. I mean, I'm like you. I'll probably Tuesday afternoon I'll be buzzing for it, but
but it's a chance for a big draw. We have helped ourselves in recent years, though, may I add, by losing to I know it's in the FA Cup, losing to Chorley, and who was it? Not Chorley, it was the other one. Colville.
Best thing happened to us. Best thing happened to us last season was going out of those. I believe that. Best thing happened to us. Chris, after 4 years of the FA Trophy, I'm actually grateful for the Carabao Cup. I agree. I was quite invested in the FA Trophy until we lost to. I can't remember who it was, but it was a shambles. Ian Birchland's first game. Was it Hornchurch? I think it was Hornchurch. Forget that.
They went to win it though.
Yeah,
I remember watching the final, supporting Hornchurch all the way.
I remember thinking, easy Wembley trip, sorted. James, I've never been more interested in the League Cup and EFL Trophy. Newfound appreciation for all competitions. I've missed them over the last 4 years. I'll tell you what I'm gutted about. You know the EFL Trophy where I've got Wolves under 21, Lincoln and Derby. You have to play within the 21 side at your home ground. And then either Lincoln or Derby would have been the away fixture. And I was desperate for Derby to be the away fixture. And we've got Lincoln as the away. I mean, it's not bad, but I really I'd love to have gone to Derby away for that game. It would have been really good. Instead, we welcome them to Meadow Lane and should bring a big crowd, shouldn't they? Mick, good morning, lads. 5 a.m. here in Oz. Come on, you pies. Thanks for tuning in, Mick. Love it when you tune in. Shows we've got support from all over the place, doesn't it? Can I just say before we go on to choose our teams, if you're not already subscribed, please do ahead of the season. We've got It's All Black and White episodes coming back from Saturday, not too long after full time, hopefully celebrating a victory. But if not, if you can't be at the game, it's gonna document the first game back in the EFL for Notts fans. So, and Will's going to be there because his nana said that he's got to go to the game. So
that's that. She was here.
She was just before you came. I can't believe you missed that. Mick says, "How good are the new shirts?" We've actually got both of them here right now. Got both of the new shirts, and I matched the background of the video today. So they are very nice. Can you just put in the chat if you think Will should go to the game on Saturday? And if it's unanimous, you've got to go.
She's booked a meal at Chung's at 7 o'clock. No one's ever been to Chung's, by the way. It's incredible. So incredible.
That's a stretch to get back.
I know. But you could keep that. Yeah, could get there.
Okay. We'll see. Not with this new added time rule. Like 12 minutes. Your nano serving up your chow mein, and the ref's still giving 3 minutes out of time. So where is he?
There's loads of rules though. Apparently, I was listening today about the news. There's something about Luke Williams. There's only one person allowed to stand on the touchline or something.
Yeah. Everyone's saying you should go. I think Callum, because Callum's a channel member, your nan's phoned him and she said, yeah. So it's literally without a doubt you're going. And you don't even have to drive. Someone else is driving. So it's a win-win situation. I know you're doing Morecambe in 12 days time, but
yeah,
sit back and relax in the car. Paul says, "Will go." Athenian, leave at 75 minutes when we're 5 up. If that was the case, I don't think that's going to happen. But there's some optimism for you. It's unanimous, Will.
No, it is.
You're going to Sutton, aren't you? You're going to Sutton. I'm glad you've come on tonight because decision's been made. Let's go for our lineup then. I've missed doing this. I know we've had a couple of Pavis perspectives with George, but I've missed this. So in goal, we'll go through together. Are we saying it's the same? What are we going for? Formation. I'm saying the same as last season with a 5 at the back. I think we'll start with.
Yeah, I've worded it 3-5-2. But 5-3. You know what I mean?
Are we both in agreement? Stone in goal.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, I'm going left centre back Cameron. In the centre, Baldwin, and on the right, Rollo.
Okay.
What have you gone?
I've gone Cameron as well. No brainer. Baldwin, if fit. I didn't hear any fitness stories on Baldwin.
I didn't, but to use Mike's phrase about Randall, Baldwin's made of biscuits.
He is made of biscuits.
So,
I reckon he'll be stitched up. He'll be on. And then I would put Brindley right centre half, personally. I know it might cause a bit of uproar and a little bit of but I'll go Brindley because they've got pace and Brindley has got pace. Their winger, that Patrick, looked quite good and quite sharp. So I think we need pace. I think Rollo could get a little bit done.
Okay, fair enough. We did get done in the Stoke game, and that was with Brindley, who's got pace.
Oh yeah.
I'm then going left. It's got to be Chickson on the left.
No.
Who are you going on the left?
Jody Jones.
Oh, I don't know. First game of the season, a bit gung-ho that is.
We've got to go, I reckon, Jody Jones. You can't be putting Jody Jones on the bench this season. No.
I'm not saying he is on the bench.
Wow.
But there we go. I'm saying Chickson on the left. This is tricky one for me. I'm going Aaron on the right, but I would love... I'm a massive fan of Toby, but I'm going Aaron on the right for this one. What are you doing?
Well, I love Toby as well, but Aaron is a no-brainer. You have to play Aaron. You have to. Yeah. It's not Toby's fault that Aaron's just so good.
Yeah.
Such a threat.
So, there we go. Callum said, don't leave Chickson out. You've been told.
Oh, yeah, Callum, I apologise, actually.
I'm not joking here. People are putting who they'd have in the lineup, Will, but people are still putting that you need to go to Sutton. That's genuinely. So, we've got a few differences here. So far, our differences are Brindley. Say Brindley in yours. And Jody. Midfield 2. I think we're going to get this the same. Bostock and Palmer.
Yeah, easy.
We've then got 3 players left. I'll let you go first. What are you going for?
Crowley.
Ooh, yeah.
And then in that 10 role, we're going to have McGoldrick. He's going to sit back a bit. So we're playing 3-5-2. McGoldrick's sitting back a little bit. Crowley's got a bit of a open role. And then Macca up top. So McGoldrick and Macca up top, basically, and then Crowley in the 3.
I'm going 2 players behind Macca. So Macca up top. I'm going McGoldrick.
Yeah.
And Jody Jones.
You're leaving out Crowley?
Let him drift, yeah. That means off the bench, you've got Kevwin, who for me has had a great preseason. You've got Crowley, you've got Toby. Look at those 3. I'm including Toby as an attacking option off the bench. I'd
rather you put Jody on the bench, though. Then
you just said Jody can't be dropped.
No, but I think Jody is I think Jody can't be dropped. That's why I'm starting him. But Jody off the bench is proven off the bench, actually. So I'm kind of eating my own words here. But Oh gosh, you got to start Crowley.
Think.
I think so. I think he's got quality. Everything I've seen, absolute quality.
Absolutely quality. Crowley,
It's tough, man.
I have liked him pre-season. I liked him against Stoke. I thought it was one of the bright sparks against Stoke for me.
When have you seen Jody in that role?
I just think Jody could play anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think Williams. Is this what you think will happen or what you want to happen? Because I don't think
It's a bit of both.
Williams. Yeah,
Nathan said no Austin.
yeah, I know.
I love Sam Austin. Sam Austin against a team like Sutton that are going to try and hit you on the break, like Mike said. Sam Austin will be class.
Can I say something about Sam Austin? I think the same thing happened this season as what happened last season, where he won't start at first, and then I think he'll start getting some minutes, and then by about Christmas, January, I think he'll be a starter again.
Every time he plays, he gets an assist.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's very, very good. I feel like we sleep on him a little bit, don't we? Actually,
he's very good, isn't he?
Mm.
And we've got more subs as well. Gary says never been this tough to select. It hasn't. Last season at points, me and George were just reeling off the same team for like 3 weeks straight, especially when we went those 9 straight wins. Yeah.
Depends how gung ho we want to go. It is that thing, isn't it?
It is. It really, really is. Joe, I've noted your comment. And you never know. You never know. Jody, we played in the left as a left wing back or winger, top class delivery. He's very, very good. His cross, he put a cross against Shrewsbury for the goal. I think it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be very, very tough. I'm interested to see, but the bench will be the strongest bench we've ever put out under these owners by a mile. Okay, score predictions in them. Let's get your score predictions in. I'm just going to say 77% of you, 110 votes, 110. Coming up to the most votes we've had on a video. 77% of people say Notts win, 16% say draw, and 6% say a Sutton win.
Wow.
Interesting. That 6%? Will, 6%.
Who's that?
Probably Mike. Mike's probably put in a vote. And your nan probably voted Sutton. Since you said you're not going. So, Will, as you're the guest tonight, what's your score prediction for Saturday? The game you're going to be at in person.
Yeah. How many goals am I celebrating? 2-0, I think, to Notts.
Who's scoring?
It's not going to be a whitewash. Who's going to score? Didsey and Langstaff. I know it's boring, but that's what's going to happen.
2-1. We come from behind. Early shot back in the EFL. They take the lead to opening 10. Macca double. Langstaff double. I see it.
I hope so. Is he 100% fit?
I don't know, but if he's not, Kevwin's been unbelievable in pre-season, and he's a great player. Gateshead fans said he's better than Macca. They did. They said it. Let's see. Ian's agreed with you. 2-1 Notts, Didsey and Macca. We've got a 1-1. You know what? If we start our first game back in the FL at 1-1, depending on if we don't throw it away in the last minute, that's not the worst thing to happen, is it?
No, it's not bad. It's not awful.
What else have we got? We've got a 3-1 to Notts. We've got a 5-1 Notts. We've got 2-0. Your nan will be fuming with this. If she tells you to travel to Sutton for a 0-0, it's not going to happen. Yeah. Surely not. 4-1. I don't know if to say this. Notts don't really do 0-0s. I've said it. We've got a 2-1, Crowley and Didsey. We've got a 2-0 Notts, a 1-1. I'll put a few more up there. We've got a 2-1, Didsey and Scott. Yeah, big chance that he could score. We've got a 5-1. So this is Athenian Empire that told you to leave at 5-0. So you missed their goal. Macca, Scott and Didsey with the goals. And Callum, 4-0 Chicks and hat-trick and Macca. Callum, you keep going until you get that Chicks and hat-trick. It almost happened at Wealdstone. I can't put them all up. There's so many of you, 140 people tuning in right now. Really appreciate that. To see Will back on the channel. We'll have a It's All Black and White episode, the first of the season. New and improved for you on Saturday, not too long after full time. Let's hope for a victory. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you to our channel members and our gold channel member, Callum. Appreciate it. It means we can produce the content we do. Thanks to Mike that joined us. Please do like the video, comment anything afterwards that you think of, maybe team news, maybe score prediction if you didn't get them in. And please do, as always, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully see a few of you down there with Will on Saturday.